Today is going to be a hard day, but it's also going to be the perfect start for the rest of your life. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we're about to address something. That's right. We're going to address something right now. Let's put it out there. You're not okay. You're not okay. Accept it. Acknowledge it. You're not okay. Your mind, your well-being, your body, your soul, your actions, your life. You're not okay. And the quicker you can accept it is the quicker you can start to adapt. You're not okay. You're living in your feelings. You're over emotional. You're acting out. You're living this false persona, right? You're trying to make it look like you're put together. You're trying to make it look like you got everything going on. You're being superficial, but deep down, you're living in pain. You're running from the past and you're trying to bandage it up, but you're bleeding out from the wounds that you haven't decided to deal with, the traumas, the past, right? The situations. You're being a victim and it's killing you. It's destroying you. It's holding you back. You're letting your fears and your flaws ruin and run your life. And it's killing your light. It's holding you back from your purpose, from your healthiest version of you. And you need to accept that. You need to address that. Because when you can accept it, you can start to address it, admit it, and adapt. That's right, adapt. You can reset and respond. But you can't do those things if you're not willing to accept. If you're not willing to accept yourself for who you were. It does not mean that your flaws, your traumas, your lack, your limits, your conditions, your circumstances, your situations, your self-sabotage, none of that is your demise. But yet it is the deconstruction for your reconstruction. When you accept something, you're taking it on, you're facing it. And that's where we got to get to. See, acceptance of ourselves means to value the imperfections as much as the perfections. I'm going to say it again. Acceptance of ourselves means to value the imperfections as much as the perfections. And I know what that's like. I've been there. I had to accept a lot of things about myself before I could grow. I had to accept that I had flaws uncontrollable, that I just had to live with and I could do nothing about. I had to accept that I had bad habits that were contributing to the crumbling and the consequences of my future and the life that I was living. I had to accept that I had flaws. I had to accept I was living a lie. I had to accept I had insecurities. I had to accept that I was comparing my life to others. And therefore, I felt unworthy because I couldn't do the things that they were doing at the time. I had to accept that I was living life recklessly, that I was being a victim because I had a condition that was ruining and running my life. I had to accept that. I had to go into the dark room, look into that mirror, and I had to address those things, right? And that mirror is sobering. That mirror is truthful. And when you start looking into that mirror and you start speaking to that mirror, it looks back at you and it starts to undress all that fake protection you thought you can hide behind. It starts to undress all that trauma, all those past feelings, those hurts, right? Those bad memories that you try to repress and suppress. No, that mirror, when you start to accept those things, it's going to pull all that out, right? Because you're seeing yourself in this truest form. But listen to me. When you accept yourself, you free yourself. Because of acceptance is you forgiving you. See, acceptance is telling your true self you're ready to change. See, acceptance is taking accountability for where you were and then adapting to where it is that you want to be. Yeah, acceptance, it's for you. And all you have to do, as easy as this sounds, all you have to do is acknowledge and address the things that you couldn't control and the things that you could control. Accept that you have flaws, but understand that your flaws are what's going to make you fearless. Because when you accept those things, you set the foundation, right? Take this key principle with you. Acceptance is the foundation for growth. When you are ready to accept your life and where it was and all the things that happened, you're then ready to grow into the life you deserve, the life you desire, the life you dreamed of. And it's for you. All you have to do is take the first step. When you take that first step to acceptance, you start to rediscover, you start to reset and rebuild and rise. When you decide to accept, you become you that you were always meant to be, the you that you were called to be, the you that walks in a purpose, a mighty, mighty purpose, a you that is courageous, confident, and secure in who that man or that woman is. When you decide to accept, you are able to reconstruct who it is that you desire to be. And now is the time. Stop wasting time. Stop deflecting, because when you stop moving in the blame game, you start to move into the blessing game. When you stop with the accusations and you start in the acceptance, you remove the chains of burden and you reattach the wings of freedom. And that, my friend, that is a life for you. All you have to do is take a look in that mirror and accept yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself kindness, love, compassion. It wasn't your fault. You didn't know any better. But now that you know, now that you have accepted it, now you can grow. Let's be strong together.